What up, people? What up, guys? What do we got here? Brooklyn Audit. What up, man? TTZ, keeping the swine in line. Peter Kaufman, John Denicola. Dang, we got a bunch of people quick. It only says 2 people, but there's a bunch of people in here. What up, guys? We had what was it? A state rep from Branford last night flip her car on Capitol Ave in Hartford, blocks from the Capitol, wasted, almost double the legal limit. They said she left a local restaurant, but she didn't eat. And I was like, nah, she left a bar. And I was just reading another report right before I came on, and they said witnesses said she left a bar and sideswiped another car, like bounced off another car, and literally flipped her car. It was crazy, and we got some footage. Some of the, and the crazy part is they know this lady's had a problem. In 2021, when COVID hit, they had a big problem with all our public servants drinking at the Capitol while the public wasn't allowed to be there. And she got up to speak one time when they were doing live meetings, and I have it. You'll see it, dude. And she can't talk at all. She was wasted, like just wasted. And this was 2021. Like, yeah, she's still fit. It's crazy what happens. Melissa's in here now. Joko. All the regular people. Paul. I just don't want to miss anyone. I think I got everybody, but let's see what I got. I got it over here. It's crazy to see it too. Like, it's crazy. This is the accident. There's no sound. This is somebody took this right afterwards. And what's crazy is you can't even like go that fast over there. We got a non in here. What up, man? Yeah, they do. Chips. It's funny, but that's what she said. She said, "I went to a restaurant, but I didn't eat." Man, that's a bar. That's not a restaurant. But it's crazy because this is right outside of the Fox station, like in Hartford. Fox gets right out there. They do the whole thing. They all do. It's crazy. Some of the stuff in here, dude, I didn't know it was that bad. All our reps and everything were getting wasted all during COVID at the Capitol. And then I think it's the House Speaker or somebody, he's like, oh, well, the excessive drinking's got to stop. No drinking. All the drinking has to stop. Like, some drinking's not okay. It all needs to go. But, like, look at this. What was she doing? She was almost double. She was 1.1446. It's crazy. The next part is the funny one. I got the next one's when she tries to talk at the thing. You could tell she's lit.
Yes. Thank you very much. I just wanted to take this opportunity to recognize that a constituent of mine
Listen to
came
her.
up to me and wanted to know why she was able to excuse me. I had to tell her that that she was
She's hammered, bro. She's wasted. Look at her face. She knows it.
that Connecticut was a state that didn't offer support, that the ELL program that through the Shoreline Adult Education, and I was wondering if this was an opportunity for her to
I thought you were, Melissa. Hold on.
opportunity to for her to understand that she was able to I'm sorry.
Chamber usted nariz.
Isn't that crazy? How'd they not stop her? Wouldn't any normal people be like, oh, yep, you're done? This is crazy. And then they all go like, take care of her. Like, oh, this is nuts. I didn't even know this was happening. Like when it did. I heard about it, but I didn't know it was as big. And wine with dinner. It's crazy. Oh, 90U, what
So
up,
I
bro?
found this on Forbes, and this happened in 2021. This was the pandemic. I kind of heard some of this. I didn't know how bad it actually was. But
Harvey Freebird, what up, bro?
Coney had an issue back then. She couldn't even stand up and speak at the meeting. They know this. They know she's a drunk. They were all drunk. Everybody. Did you see the bottles? Like, I'll put pictures in, but like, these are the people that are making our laws and enforcing laws on us and doing this stuff, and they can't even go to work and not drink. They blame it on the pandemic. I don't blame it on the pandemic. I guarantee you this has been going on. And it's pathetic, dude. It is pathetic. So let's see what it says. Pandemic drinking at the Connecticut State Capitol has gone too far. No, any of it is too far. There's no too far. If they're drinking there on the job, that's too far. The state speaker of the House said Wednesday, so it tells you he's kind of an idiot too. Telling reporters he's had to personally admonish some lawmakers and is considering stripping committee assignments from those who continue to imbibe on the job. Key facts: House Speaker Matt Ritter D said Wednesday there will be significant consequences for excessive drinking at the Capitol that could even go beyond taking members off committees. So you're allowed to drink at the Capitol, at work. You can drink. You just can't excessively drink. That's what I'm getting out of this. Both the Democrat and Republican lawmakers have been involved in the excessive drinking during the session, Ritter said, but the crackdown comes after an incident last week where a lawmaker appeared clearly inebriated while speaking during debate on an early childhood education bill. She did awesome, too. She did so good. State Rep Robin Comey struggled to string even a few words together as she spoke on the House floor during the Thursday night debate before walking away to the women's restroom, according to the Hartford Court. That was before she sat there for a few minutes and people huddled around her and they made her drink some water. Like, this is crazy. And what's even more crazy is they just let her stand up there and mumble. Nobody cut in. Nobody did anything. They let her just do it. The newspaper reported she did not drive herself home that night. There's no proof on that. There's no anything. That's just what they said. And Comey issued a statement Wednesday admitting her behavior was due to several factors, including anxiety, exhaustion, and regrettability. The wine I had it with dinner. She didn't have wine with dinner. Probably. She might have had a whole bottle of wine at dinner, but lying to the public like this is dumb. We know you guys were all in there drinking. We know what you were doing. So she wasn't drinking wine with dinner. Let's stop lying to the public. And several factors, anxiety,
Manuel, what up, bro?
That comes with the job. And if you can't handle it, you shouldn't be taking taxpayers' dollars to get drunk at the Capitol or wherever you want and just drive around. Like, that's pathetic. Go get a new job if you can't do it. To say that this is being taken seriously would be an understatement, Ritter said Wednesday. It's not taking that seriously, dude. You're letting them drink there. You're just not letting them excessively drink there. You are part of the problem. Key background. Legislative leadership told the Hartford Courant that they believe changes caused by the COVID-19 pandemic have been a major factor in excessive drinking. While Ritter acknowledged to adjustment probably has contributed to it a little bit. Over the past year, lawmakers have largely been able to avoid interacting with the public at the Capitol. While there are new rules allowing them to watch proceedings and vote from the privacy of their own offices, leading to long periods of downtime. So what? It's not an excuse to go drink.
Yeah,
If you can't do your job without drinking, don't do it. Tangent.
she
Massive
definitely
spikes in
was.
the sales of alcohol and recreational marijuana during the coronavirus pandemic have fueled concerns. Americans are unhealthily relying on the substance to cope with mental health issues. A study published in the journals and Annals
Definitely, John.
of Internal Medicine, for example, found alcohol sales during April and June 2020 were up by 34% compared to the same time frame in 2019. Well, to me, it sounds like a whole bunch of excuses for a whole bunch of losers that shouldn't even be making laws and making stuff or doing anything that has to do with the public because they're not even fit to be working for the public. This is pathetic.
Fox 61, a state lawmaker handcuffed and hauled off to jail.
Yeah, State Representative Robin Comey has been accused of driving under the influence after she rolled her car over last night, not too far from the state capitol in the legislative office building.
That crash ended up happening right in front of our Fox 61 building. We watched as Hartford police conducted a field sobriety test on Representative Comey. Now take a look at this exclusive video. Only Fox 61 cameras were rolling when Comey failed that field sobriety test and was taken away moments later in handcuffs. Comey is a Democratic representative for Branford and a member of the House leadership, serving as Assistant Majority Whip. The crash took place on Capitol Avenue between Lawrence and Babcock Streets, just a little over 2 blocks from the legislative office building. Her car appeared to have hit at least one other parked car on the street, but no other people were involved. Police say the cause of the crash is still under investigation. Now, this is not the first time she's been involved in a public alcohol-related incident. Back in 2021, Comey was slurring her words while trying to speak on the House floor, later issuing an apology saying she was exhausted and had wine with dinner. Now, around that same time, it came to light that many members had been drinking on Capitol grounds. House Speaker Matt Ritter had a message for everyone involved.
Hopefully, people have gotten the message, and if they don't, then I can assure you, if anyone wants to push or assume that our patience is unlimited, they will sorely regret that decision.
Now, there's no word at this time if any official specific charges have been pressed against Comey for that DUI incident. We are also hoping to hear from Capitol leaders later today. Tune in for that this evening. In Hartford, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
And just minutes ago, we did hear from House leadership, House Speaker Matt Ritter, from whom you just heard that soundbite a couple seconds ago. He sent out this email a few minutes ago saying this was an extremely dangerous situation and somebody could have been seriously injured, including Representative Comey.
Yeah, but that's what so far I've found. It's crazy though. Some of the stuff I read earlier, like when I first read it, said that they weren't even sure if she was going to get charged or not. But then I seen other stuff where she was arrested. So she clearly got arrested. But we're going to see what happens. We're going to follow it. I'm going to see when her court date is, and it. Oh yeah, it isn't it enough she flipped her car? Yeah, that's what they're gonna try and say, I guess. I don't even understand how she flipped her car right there. Like that's not like a high speed area. Like what was she doing? They said she sideswiped. She left the bar, sideswiped the car, hit another car, and like flipped. So I don't know what she was doing, but she sounds like she was going over the speed limit. It's just. I don't know. It's 2021. She got wasted. Everybody's seen that she was wasted, and they were like, "Oh, it's okay. Just drink less on the job. Just don't drink as much. You can't excessively drink on the job." And it's crazy. I read a comment before that said, "How many laws do you think they passed while they were drunk?" Probably a lot, man. It seems like this happens a lot. It seems like COVID may have just spiked it a little bit or brought it to light. It's sad to see, though. What if she hit somebody and killed somebody, like actually hurt somebody? Luckily, nobody was hurt. She was even okay. She's not going to get the same treatment we would get. She's going to get treatment better than us. She's definitely going to get I wonder who's going to be. She'll be taken care of. I just don't understand how they can let them all drink there. Like, what do you guys think about it? They knew they were drinking there, and they didn't really do anything except for say, stop excessively drinking. Can any of you do that at work? Get wasted? Like, get real wasted. Wasted to the point where you can't even do your job. You can't even do basic functions. You can't even talk. You can't even remember what you were just supposed to say. Later, Harvey. It's pretty astonishing, because I know if I did that at work, not only would I get fired, but if I didn't get fired first, I'd get severely hurt. Like, luckily she's got a job where it just pretty much involves standing there and talking, and not actually doing anything. But it's just sad to see. These are the people we pay. These are the people that we put a lot of trust in to make some real important decisions, and it doesn't seem like she can make basic, like, good decisions on a day, like really basic good decisions on a daily basis. And I don't really have any faith in her. They said they took all her they took everything from her, all her positions away, which is good to hear. I mean, I don't know why they didn't do anything after the first time, but to each his own. I saw that this morning, and I looked into it, and I seen the stuff from earlier, and I was like, this is crazy. Like, this is nuts. And I started reading into how bad the drinking at the Capitol was during COVID. And I was like, this is nuts. I put some links in the description, like some articles, if anybody wants to read up on it. It's just nuts. And the crazy part is, if she didn't smash into a car and flip her car over, she'd still be doing this, and she'd still be getting paid and probably getting wasted on the job and doing all that stuff. She's telling everybody, oh, I left the restaurant and I didn't eat and this and that. And then come to find out, a bystander said she left a bar. And if you weren't eating if you were at a restaurant and you weren't eating, what were you doing there? You were getting wasted to double the legal limit almost. Like, come on, man. If you don't have basic, I wouldn't say, I don't know how to say it, but if that's her decision-making process, and getting that drunk and getting in the car and driving is a good idea, I don't really trust her to make any other decisions for me. It's out of control. Oh no. I believe that, Manuel. That sounds like it's perfect for Fort Worth. It's sad to see, and I don't understand how, I forgot his name, Matt Ritter, can just get up there and be like, hey, you're right, because what I was just about to say definitely applies. Because I was just going to say, I don't understand how Matt Ritter can get up there and say, hey, just don't excessively drink. And this is why right here, because they can do what they want. It doesn't matter. You can drink, just don't excessively drink. And that's crazy. What do they deserve it? Do they deserve to have drinks on the job because they've had such a long, hard career and they're so important that they could just do whatever they want? Is that like, this is exactly how I feel, No Name, and I think it's pretty spot on. Like, why would I want to listen to somebody or obey something that somebody made that can't even follow the same basic laws that I'm supposed to follow on a daily basis? It's like a double-edged sword. You're right, Anonymous. I'm gonna look up her court date, and if I can, I'm gonna go. I'm probably gonna have to go to the next one because I got to work for the next 2 weeks straight. But we'll try and follow it. There's another one I want to go to. That's a state trooper. That got charged after 2 years. He shot a teen, and it took him 2 years to charge him. And he had it this month, but I missed it this month because I was working. And but I want to go to one of them. I want to see how they treat him. I'm trying to read everybody's comments, and they're just coming in. No, you're right. You're definitely right, Melissa. You think so, Buru? All jacked up on Adderall and having some shots at work? You think so? I could see that. We got to stay up all night and make these laws, pass these bills. We need Adderall and liquor. I know, John. I'm gonna try though. I'm surprised because they're posting the state troopers that shot the kid, so I'm hoping they'll post hers, but we'll see. She's a little more important. She had her special legislator plates on the car. She was just have a good night, no name. As long as you don't go to the excess. You can have some Adderall and you can have some liquor. You just can't get to the point where you can't stand there and talk. It's insane. What's Anon saying? Good thing, Melissa, Texas Peas. Advanced hang-up training. They got it down. They got it down, Pat. You know what I hate with RPD? Every time I got to go into Willimantic to talk to them, like if I want to talk to the supervisor, anybody, you got to pick up the little phone. You got to talk to somebody behind the glass that you can't see. And they always say, well, what's your name? What do you want to talk to them about? Blah, blah, blah. And they do it. And you've seen a lot of the lives. Like, you've seen it. And I always get in this big argument with them about if I don't have to tell them anything. I need to talk to the dude. Go get the dude. Like, that's your job. If I need somebody, you get them. Not take all my... Well, we need something to tell them. And it's important. No, it's not, dude. Like, stop. And it's gotten to the point where the cops are like, just complain on them. Like, and I don't want to go down there and complain on them. Like, I really don't. But, like, when I say I need to speak to somebody, dude, get the person I'm trying to speak to. Don't play games. You're not a detective. You're a receptionist that works at the police station. Like, I'm about to start, Rich. That's a good idea. But it's crazy. Oh, you know what else? I talked to a reporter today, Greg Smith from where is it? The Daily in New London, and he was inquiring about New London when I did the New London Police Department. It was like one of my first police department audits, and when I first started auditing, and he FOIA'd some stuff from the police department about it, and he actually heard that the cop got suspended for a week, which I didn't even hear. And if that is true, that's kind of pathetic because that's like his 5th time assaulting somebody, a citizen, and using excessive force for really no reason. I don't quite understand how they fired him and made 2 other officers retire, and then they gave him his job back after a year at the same department. But what up, Raymond? So I actually talked to him for probably like 50 minutes today about a lot of stuff, but specifically that case. And he's hasn't said 100% he's going to do a story, but it's looking like he probably is. And more or less into them. I've had the greatest luck with the papers. Last time they did that crazy stuff and posted that crazy stuff. And oh, Rainey, what up? Yeah, those programs out here are crazy. Is she? These chats are weird. I forgot what I was saying. Let's be partisan. But the reporter. So we talked to him for a while, and he was actually a cool dude. I sent him the outcome of the internal affairs. He was supposed to. Well, not he was supposed to. We got to get. I'm gonna call Monday and talk to the chief and find out if he was suspended for sure or not, because I never heard anything on that. They just sent me that and then asked me if I wanted to appeal it, and I said yes. And then they gave me dates. The first date they wanted me to come out, I had court, and I couldn't do it. And then they gave me 2 other dates, and that was right when I had 2 of my grandfathers die, pretty much back to back. So I emailed them and I'm like, we're gonna have to reschedule. And I emailed them and asked them now, well, not now, but after that to set it up, and I haven't heard anything from them. So they're I bet you at this point they're gonna try and get out. Oh, the Waz, what up, man? I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. It's crazy though. So we're gonna get a little bit more information on it. I think we're gonna look a little more into that cop. I don't understand how he's still a cop. We'll run it down. 2009, smacked a lady in a nightclub off duty in front of multiple other officers. I know if any of us did that, we'd have a domestic and we wouldn't be able to have a firearm, so we couldn't be a cop. 2012, him and 2 other officers beat and maced a guy at a program, a rehab, and 1 officer was forced to retire. 1 officer chose to retire. He got fired. He came back after a year. 2016 rolls around. The end of the year, I think. They got a call to a college. They were in the dorm next to the call, I guess. And there was a kid trying to tell them what was going on. And they said pretty much he was interfering and somehow got him on the ground and kneed his head into the ground a bunch of times and gave him a gash like 3 inches on the back of his head that he needed to get stapled up. And a few months after that, he got promoted to lieutenant. It's crazy. The dude is unhinged and should not be out there. He should not be working for the public. I bet you, I mean, I'm not saying I bet you, but his family has strong ties to the department. His brother's a sergeant there. His uncle worked there. His dad worked there. So appreciate you, Zawaz. And hold on, Melissa. Melissa, it's the same one. Hold on. But see if you can find it. I'll try and get it right now. No, I don't want to do that. But he really, we were there looking around. They came out. They asked why we were there. We said filming. They said okay. And then I looked at state vehicle. leaned over it. My phone cord hit the car, and they had a fit. They kind of lost their stuff, and that's when they said it was time to go, and we had to leave. Right after I thanked the cop, like I thanked the lieutenant because he had told the other dude to be quiet. So I'm like, oh, do we have a good one? Like, is he actually going to tell this dude to leave us alone, let us actually film? And 2 seconds after that, he was trying to kick me out and suddenly switching it to a private lot. And it doesn't add up. What up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say one more quick thing is that, today I got really pissed off about what they did to Good Citizen News, slamming his head up against the truck, pulling his hair,
Oh, yeah.
making his wrist bleed, slamming the door on his ankle. So I think that if, just my one voice, one voice makes a difference, but a lot of voices makes a bigger difference. So if we
Hell
can
yeah.
all like join together and file complaints with the Department of Justice, with our Attorney General, with our legislators, it takes 2 seconds to look them up, the complaint lines are online, our complaint forms are online. Write a complaint. I sent them the video as well. Like, if we all just bombard them with it, they've got to listen. In my opinion, they've got to listen. So it's just my opinion that we all need to do that. It's not helping just going to the chief of police or just going to the mayor. It's not helping.
No.
Because they're all tied into each other's pockets. They're sitting in each other's pockets. And tomorrow I'm going to do more on Mata. I'm going to do some on Mata. But they sit in each other's pockets and they support each other. The tax appraisers, the police, mayor, the attorneys, the judges, they all sit in each other's pockets. And unless we go up above higher than them, I mean, we're getting, you guys are out there and you're getting videos and you're getting cases, but unless we go up further and then also file federal lawsuits, we're not going to go anywhere. We're just going to keep getting arrested. That's what's going to happen. So that's all I had to say.
No, I appreciate you, Melissa, and you're absolutely right. Honestly, the one of my favorite things about the community is it seems like we can band together when we need to, and actually, like you said, bombard these people. And I feel like at minimum, that's what we need to do, because as I've learned, they never listen to one person. Like, they never listen to just me. You know what I mean? Like, I can go complain to the chief of police, like you said, and you don't get anywhere. You don't get no real response. Like I was just talking about the New London stuff. I let the whole police department do that whole thing, how they wanted to do it with internal affairs. They found him guilty, and still, look, this is like his 10th time being in trouble for hurting a citizen or using excessive force or violating somebody's rights, and he gets a week out. Like, that's crazy. So if
I was watching CRA today, and he was trying to make a complaint, and I don't remember if it was a deputy or a sheriff or whatever, but he's trying to make a complaint, and the blue line took over, the thin blue line, and the guy, the sheriff or deputy, whatever he was like, whatever, you can file a complaint, take that up with your attorney. He didn't want to listen. He did not want to listen. Oh, I almost thought a bad word. He did not want to listen, and said, here's your complaint forms. Now, basically go away. Do whatever you got to do. Get an attorney. They don't listen.
Yeah.
They don't care. And I'm not saying all cops out there are bad. Don't get me wrong.
No, definitely
I don't
not.
think all cops are bad at all. But there
No.
are those ones like Caldwell in Galveston that beat my friend. Like the dudes in I don't remember the police officer's name that did that to Mata. I got it on the tip of my tongue, but like him, who just scooped a man off the sidewalk for walking down the damn street walking down the street to go get some cigarettes, and oh, I got an investigation. There's no crime scene, but it's my investigation. Let me just scoop you off the street and put you in jail for almost 30 days. How about that? It's like, catch me outside.
Yep. It's
I'm
it's
pissed.
it's.
I'm really
I
pissed
know.
right now. I'm sorry
No,
for
you're
saying
good. I
bad
get
words,
it, dude.
but I'm just so angry. I'm
It's
fed up with it, and we've got to go further than this. It has to go further. We have to all start filing complaints. If you're in this community at all and you support us, then start filing complaints with the DOJ, with your legislators, with the attorney general. Start filing them. The mayor and the chief is not enough because they all support themselves. And I'm angry. I'm just angry. I'm beyond angry. I'm livid. I'm sorry for
no,
cursing on
you're
the
good.
screen, but
Absolutely, it needs to be said because I'm behind you. I feel like I don't know. You're right. It's the chief and the mayors don't do anything. Like it's me starting and doing this. Like that's the route I take, just because I took because I just thought that's like what a normal person would do, like follow the chain of command. And like every step so far has just been just as useless as the last one. And it's sad. Like the mayor, you talk about the mayor. I went to the mayor yesterday. That dude will not meet with me. Will not talk with me. I went to the town hall yesterday and sat in on his live and like didn't really get to say anything. And he still won't meet with me.
the
So
town
it's
hall meetings do absolutely nothing. I have
yeah,
seen Mona go into them. I have seen you go into them. I've seen Regan Benson go into them. I've seen, people go into them. And what they do is they let you speak for 3 minutes, and that's about it. They don't answer any questions. They're like, yeah, we don't answer questions.
yeah,
When they should be answering questions, in my opinion. And
absolutely.
you don't get any results. I mean, I'm just sick of it. And you people that are listening to me, we all need to be sick enough about it. It can't just be about these auditors that are out there on the fronts, are getting arrested. Oh, he got arrested. Oh, let's bail him out. That's not enough. Oh, now he's got to face his charges. He's got to wait for his charges to be dismissed, and then he
Yeah,
can file a suit. But then they want to come back, the cops, and they want to go, oh, well, he's gonna beat that suit, so let's put another charge on him. Let's find Mata in the middle of the street because he's about to go to trial for this, and let's arrest him again so that he can't sue us. And then this is for every auditor. I'm using Mata as an example, but it's for every auditor, and they just keep on and on and on. Am I making sense to y'all? It has to stop, and it stops when we start complaining to the upper powers.
yeah.
It
Well, it
starts
may.
there.
Well, yeah, because when you go somewhere and you do it like you're supposed to, and you don't get any change and nothing happens, that's what they want you to do is just stay in this endless little rat race of just going down there and complaining and nothing changing. So if you don't go above them. And I'm not saying that the next step is going to be the answer, but we may have to go above them. But we got to take the steps
Exactly.
to affect the change. You know what I mean? I don't know about everybody else. I haven't been doing it this long, but I'm tired of getting assaulted by these thugs and getting arrested for nothing, and having them break my stuff, just for recording in public. You know what I mean? Like somebody just said in the comments, trying to be cute. Oh, you guys hate cops. I don't hate cops. I hate
I
cops
mean,
that don't follow the law and the Constitution. I respect good cops, and um, I don't know. It's just we're not getting anything. You're absolutely right. Just doing the circle. It's the same thing. Get in trouble, something happens. Go to the police, complain, nothing happens. Do it again.
it also starts with voting too. Okay, you got to vote in. You got to know your community. You got to know who's running. You got to get to know them. I've done it with Mata, with some of the count. I won't say, but I've gotten to know some people around here, and it starts with voting. People don't just vote all Republican. are all Democrat. Don't do that. Search out your people. I know it's difficult. I know it's, it is, and you don't know all of them and blah, blah, blah. You just go on and but you got to research who you're voting in to make choices for your life. That's what it is. You're making choices to vote in people that are going to make choices for your life. And they're going to get drunk and make
Yeah,
choices for your life.
that's crazy. You're right. And it's, I think half of it, the law said right here. Get a civil rights lawyer, bring a USC 1983 cases. It sounds a lot easier than done. I can't get a lawyer here in Connecticut to do anything for me. I can't get none of them to bring a civil
Yeah.
rights
Well,
case against these guys. So it sounds easy, even when it's black and white. It should be simple. It's not that easy. Like,
that's the thing, is that you try to get a civil rights lawyer in your community and they're all tied up in the same pockets that the judges, they're all tied up in everybody's pockets. So you have to go outside of your town, of your county, and trying to find someone out there, which you and I have spoken about. And you got to go and try to find someone outside your county because they're not tied to that particular county. They don't give a crap. But it's easier said than done, because some civil attorneys, civil rights attorneys, they want a lot of money up front. They want 5,000 to 10,000 up front. I don't know who all of you have 5,000 to 10,000 up front to put, lay down on a lawyer. So it's easier said than done.
yep, that's definitely true. They make it hard, even to get a regular lawyer for these petty cases that I got going on. They want 7,000, 8,000 because they think it's going to go to trial. For breach of peace or interfering, like dumb little things, and they want that much money. So it's definitely not easy, and they make it that way for a reason. It's pretty simple. They don't want us to stand up and be able to fight for ourselves and figure it out. It's a vicious cycle, and I think you were right when you were talking about going above to trying to affect some real change. It's I
Exactly.
think it's the I think it's the only way. I think this little way right here, this cycle has been played out. It's been done. It's not working. So
Yeah, we've been there, done that. And you guys
yeah,
all out there, smash that like button right now. I know everybody says it in their streams. I'm saying it in this stream because it gets the algorithm out there, and then more people and more people and more people will see this video. Like, they'll see it live and they'll jump in. So smash the like button, please, and thank you in advance. But yeah, we've got to do something. We've got to do something. We've got to do something more. It's past where y'all are at. You guys don't need to keep getting arrested. You've got enough cases. And for those that are out there that go, oh, take the arrest, take the ride. Why don't you get out there and do something and take the ride? You get out there and do
yeah,
something and take the ride. If not,
it's
shut your
definitely
mouth.
true.
Shut your pie hole. These guys are out there fighting for our rights. And if you don't want rights, you don't want your rights, that's okay with me. You don't have to have your rights. But for me in my house, I want my rights. I do.
Yep.
I want my rights. I don't want to be violated. I don't want to lick a cop's boot. I mean, if a cop comes up to
No.
me and he's very kind to me and, whatever, I will be kind to them. And if they're going to be a tyrant to me, then, I mean, what recourse do we have? Seriously, what recourse do we have?
Yeah.
We just here's what happens. We are innocent until proven guilty, yet we're put in jail and left there for days or months because
Oh yeah.
we need to hold you for all this time until we figure out if you're innocent or proven guilty. But then they don't prove you innocent or guilty. They give you a trial date. So then they let
Yep.
you out after you pay all this money, and then you got to go to a pretrial and then a trial. You know, it's a whole process that they put you through. We're not innocent until proven guilty. We are guilty until proven innocent.
Absolutely, and they make it that way just to wear you out, just so you will take a plea or a deal just to end it. I'm not gonna lie. When they dropped my Norwich case a couple weeks ago, I was that day. I was almost ready. If they were ready to nolly it, I was almost just gonna do it just to end that case and focus on the other cases, because that was like a dumb one. Honestly, to me, it was the smallest one out of all of them. But it didn't go that way. But I was seriously thinking about it, just because I was tired of going there. I had just been there the day before. That was when she put the warrant out for me for going to lunch 5 minutes early. Like, that's crazy. You put a warrant out for my arrest because I went to lunch 5 minutes early. That's insane. And then I come back and you expect them to arrest me. Like, luckily the clerk and the marshals all knew I was there all day, and they let me put in the motion to vacate and let me come back the next day. And it was just insane. And
Exactly, it really was.
yeah,
And then
it's
again, how is the chief of police on any case, and the attorneys, how are they looking at these cases and going, oh yeah, we're going to go forward with this? The district attorneys, we're going to go forward with this. Like Annapolis audits today, he was found guilty of trespassing and they put him in jail for 20 days when he did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong.
Well, you want to know though, Melissa, which I didn't put it up. I was honestly said I was going to put it up today, but I think I might have some of the answer to that, because it's happened to me right now. I couldn't figure out why every time I was going to New Britain court, I was being looked at like a real criminal. Like, the prosecutor really hates me and like had something against me. I couldn't figure it out, and I got the police report like a week or two ago now, and I figured it out because the police lied. The records lady, the payroll lady, all the people there lied in the police report and made it look like I was really doing something wrong and doing things I wasn't doing. Like, they put that I followed these old ladies to their car, and they felt so scared that they had to watch each other get in their vehicles, and all made up stuff. Like, I went back after I watched it and I'm like, I know I didn't do that, but I want to see what it was. Like, they walked through my camera and that was it. Like, I didn't do anything. Why would I follow them old ladies? Like, I don't care about them. And it was crazy. They literally all lied. All of them. The plainclothes guy who ended up being a real douchebag, the one that initially walked up and said, you can't pass this gate, which is kind of obvious with all the signs right there, and you can't tell on camera, but I pointed to the sign, and that's when he said, oh, all right. And then he whined about having a bad day. That guy. He told the officers before they came up that when he came up to me and said that stuff, that, oh man, I'm just checking the comments, but he told me that in the report, it says that he told the officers before they came down that he asked me to leave and then I refused. And I think that's why the female officers came down like they did. And instead of asking me what was up, just started demanding my ID, because he lied and pretty much made it look like I was fake trespassing when I wasn't. Did you come back? You there? I wasn't sure if she was there. But they literally all lied. There's 3 complainants. They're all New Britain Police Department employees. Payroll lady, records lady, and the third one has nothing at all. So I think it was the plainclothes fat cop that was eaten. They said it made it look like I had suspicious clothing because I had a black hoodie on and pants, dirty pants. Yeah, I was in my work clothes. I just left work. So I probably looked like I just left work. And How did the ladies, this is my thing though, how were the ladies so scared and they followed each other? Remember this, guys, they were so scared they followed each other to the car, right? And they watched each other get in. Well, why did, when I turned around to walk away, the records lady was hiding behind the concrete pillar taking pictures of me, calling people? She couldn't have been that scared. And I even said in the video, I'm going to walk away so she can get in her car so she feels comfortable to leave. Like, and then she lies, writes a statement lying, saying I followed her, I was being rude. Like, none of that happened. And it's funny though, because when the plainclothes cop, when he wrote his statement, he didn't lie and say he asked me to leave. He left all that out. So he only told that to the other cops. So I wonder why he said that. And I think that's the only reason the state's attorney, or not the state, the prosecutor put the trespassing charge back on, is because that's in there. There's no other way I can see her reason for her putting that back on. And I think that's it. She's going to feel real dumb when she realizes that this whole police report is BS. Which is exactly. It's I mean, that's what I always thought. And New Britain Court doesn't seem to think so. And it's funny because on the ticket itself it said it's a citizen complaint. It came from a citizen, not a public servant. So I don't understand. But what's weird is I've been back. This is also where we got the letter from the chief of police telling us what we were doing was legal and that his officers were wrong. He also found in the end of the internal affairs report that none of them did anything wrong. I don't see how. If I'm right, how can they be right? It doesn't make much sense. But again, somebody had just said that's them protecting themselves. And what's even more disturbing is that they found all of them, no wrongdoing with any of them, but they all lied. They know they all lied in the police report. It's dead. They've all seen the video. It's online. You can tell they lie. So they found them no wrongdoing, nothing wrong. They didn't lie. They didn't do anything wrong, even though all they did was lie. But like I said, we've been back and they haven't done anything. They've done they also brought this up in the police report. They brought up the car alarm. Oh, he was near a car with a car alarm. It looked suspicious. They set the car alarms off. I'm glad every time I go there, they do that because I have that too. Oh, we're getting Melissa and Mata, it sounds like, to come up. Let's see. Melissa just texted me. I hope so. It's just nuts, though. It's literally nuts. But it all made sense when I made the report why they were treating me like that. The court, the prosecutor, everybody. They came in as a prowling call. They said I was prowling the old ladies. Like, what? For them walking by my camera and prowling? They knew what I was doing. The cop came over. They knew I wasn't doing nothing wrong. And instead, they chose to lie. They chose to violate my rights. They chose to arrest me. They chose to make me pay a bond. It's pathetic. I don't think there's any way to really find out, but I wonder how many times they do this on a monthly basis to people out there in New Britain. We're all over the state. Like, what New Britain police alone, how many times they violate people's rights, how many times they lie. I bet you it's a lot by the way they acted. The only cop that was decent out of all of them that I talked to down there was Legacy, and I had a little conversation with him. He even lied and he told them that I said I went out there just to pretty much cause problems between the community and police, to strengthen the troubles between the police and the. Why would I say something stupid like that? Doesn't even make sense at all. Uh-oh. What up?
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, loud and clear.
I feel like the Verizon commercial. Can you hear me now, or was it? Mona's gonna come on in a second.
All right, I'm watching for him right now. But it's just crazy what they do out there, and it's crazy how the court will back them all the way till trial with refusing to look at my side of the story, my evidence. It's nuts because they think
Exactly.
I don't even know what you want to call it. I can't believe that they put that call in as a prowler, though, Melissa. I forgot if I told you that.
A prowler?
Yeah, the Dubrid, when I was in the park garage, the old lady, they said it was a prowling call. I was prowling.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's pretty sad.
Well, at least they didn't put you as a peeping Tom, which could be another.
I know.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Oh, there's Manuel.
What up, bud? Yeah,
Okay.
what up, bro?
Now, how y'all doing, man?
Good living.
Yeah, I seen your little thing. How you started off with the drunk chick.
Which
hey, man,
one?
We have, the state representative.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have him over here too. We had who is it? Council member Moon. He was drunk. I got caught in was it Benbrook, I think, somewhere around there. And he was at doing city council business with the monitor on his leg. And then we have a detective who got caught DWI, but they wouldn't post his picture on the mugshots like they do the rest of us. So
yeah, I read that before.
Yeah, you know how that goes.
I guarantee you it's all over every state. Every state they're doing it.
Somebody's roboting.
Oh, I don't know.
What happened?
Somebody's roboting. You're echoing.
You're echoing from me too.
Is it me?
You sound fine. You're the only one that sounds fine.
Oh.
Hold on. Do you have YouTube up, Melissa, too?
Huh?
What are you on, Melissa?
What am I live on?
No, Melissa.
I'm on my cell phone, but I haven't.
Do you have YouTube on in the background?
I have my stuff on. No, I don't. I have my stuff on mute.
All right, I'm trying to figure it out. I can't figure it out. I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
Neither do I. You sound clear. Hold on, let me see something. How's it sound now?
Yeah, you don't sound like a robot.
It sounded normal at times?
I think so.
Let's see. Where's Melissa? What does Melissa say?
It sounds like you're roboting.
Still?
It's you, not Mata.
I know, he's clear.
I don't know all the ins and outs of it, so.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I like how y'all were touching on the whole how it's all squared around, you know, like they stacked the deck on us, you know, because that's what they're really doing. But it all starts with like the unions, the police officers unions, right? Because they're gonna defend them no matter what. But it's like then I started looking into how does the union get money? And then that aggravated me because they get it from us. We're the ones that give it to them, right? And it's weird because it's like they go back and forth, and then they'll give money away because they're gonna get it back. So it's like a big old circle, and we're the only ones getting jerked. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't even getting nothing off of it. So it's like, look, that's what I'm saying. Like the books I've been talking about. Look, I'm gonna put the camera on.
Yeah.
Okay, look, these are the books I'm talking about. Look, check this out. See?
That's awesome.
And then this one right here. See, this is the problem right here. This is why we can't get no chief, no mayor, or nobody to go and hold these officers accountable, hold each other right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's all a big old show. It's all a big old, let's give them what we think they might need to quiet them down, because we don't need the uproar. We don't need noise. We want to sweep this under the rug real slowly so no one feels like we're offending anyone, you know? And it's like weird because like everything that's been put in place isn't designed to help police officers. It's to hold them accountable when they do bad things. But for some weird way, they flipped it around where it's all supposed to help them. It's just weird. Because am I the only one that remembers that qualified immunity only protects officers from frivolous lawsuits, which means there's nothing to sustain that they did wrong, not body cam footage that proves they did wrong, not people helping them lie, cheat, and get away with it to prove that they were wrong. And that's where I don't agree with any of that. And you're right, we do need to go higher. Because as far as if your whole neighborhood, your city, or your town is doing you like me, like the Constitution State, like everyone else in these little areas, there is a problem there. Because if it wouldn't, hey, they would be like, hey, come on in, right? Who wouldn't like free PR? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We're going to boost you up. We're going to blow you up on the internet, but make you look good. Who wouldn't want that? But that's not what we're getting. We're dealing with lies and then scamming, and then it's just, bro, that's why I be saying RICO Act sometimes, because these dudes ain't nowhere within the law, man. And it's weird that we get chastised, we get criticized for a ticket, for a case that we didn't get convicted of, for a charge that got dismissed, or whatever the case may be, right? So it's like, it's not enough that what we're saying is wrong, that we have to log it on video and have proof for people to say, oh, damn, yeah, that is messed up. Instead of 4 or 5 people saying, hey, this is what happened to me. Because if you think the criminal courts are screwed up, wait till, man, I've been hearing so much. Look, for the past month, almost 2 months, I've been hearing about family court, dude. And I don't know why or whatever reason I do not have children. I think whatever it was that I do not have kids, because that family court shit would have drove me crazy. Where you can't take my kids like that from me. You throw it up, dude. I created them. Not no judge, not no lawyer some person gets. No. See, that's why a lot of people don't react the same way, right? So
Can
this
I
is
step
what,
in here for a second
yeah.
and just plug in another situation that we have with Regan Benson in Colorado, and it's not just Regan. Am I echoing?
Yeah, it's you.
Okay, I'll leave it on back.
Try it.
And then look what Raymond said right now. He said, and the people have to pay to get cop videos. Dude, look, then this is a good thing I turned my camera on. So because I've been having to prove stuff because I might be a liar, you know what I'm saying? And there that goes. But where's it at? I had it earlier. Okay. Look, I don't know if you can see this clear, right? But I'm going to try to find the date on here. Oh, perfect. It's right there at the top. Where's the little thing at? I don't know if y'all can see the date on there.
Yeah, I see it. 1/3/23.
What
Is it
month are
that?
we in? What month are we in right now?
Are we in March? Yeah, March, the third month.
I paid for this on January the 3rd, and I still haven't got the body camera I'm supposed to get. So it's not only that we have to pay to get the body camera. Sometimes they just don't want to give it to you, even though there's no reason for them to keep it. Because look, they have the opportunity to write the attorney general and say, hey, we don't think we should release this. We need your opinion. That wasn't what happened here. They were supposed to give it to me. But see, if they don't like you, or you went up there and you said the wrong thing to them, or you didn't respect their authority, you know, you get done like me, where I've called sometimes and asked them, hey, what's the deal? Like with this one, they try to tell me that they got my request and they got that I paid for it, but they gave it to someone who's on vacation. So let me get this straight, right? Not only did I follow the rules and I did my little request and I went through the process, right? But they don't have to follow their rules and their process. Because why would you give a paying customer someone you know is on vacation, and y'all don't even tell me when that is, that they're going to come back to give me another, you know what I'm saying? And it's weird because now you have to take it. Now I figured out how to complain when they don't fulfill FOIA requests. And I did that the other day, and they wrote me back saying, oh no, man, you're tripping. All you have to do is call the people. Dude, I know what y'all did. Y'all seen my complaint. Y'all seen that I had proof. I knew exactly what I was saying. So you called internal affairs and said, hey, why didn't y'all release this? Oh, no, we have it. We're just waiting for him to come. But their process states that they have 10 days to tell you an email, letter, or a phone call why you're not going to get your video within 10 working days. And I never received no email, no phone call. And isn't that weird how they can just supersede their mess ups and the things they don't do right and be like, oh, my bad. Here, we'll correct it for you.
They don't follow FOIA here in CT.
They don't what?
They don't follow the FOIA here.
See, that's what I'm talking about, man. And it's weird that they have these things in place, but they don't help you. They don't help you.
Mata, I think it's your screen that's making echo. Can you sign off and come back on?
It's mine?
Yeah, because mine is echoing, his is echoing, and I've already signed out and come back on.
I did too. Is it still doing it?
Yeah.
All right.
So sign out and sign back in. I'll let you back in.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to tell me how to do that. Oh, is it where it says leave?
Yeah, leave and then come back on. So anyways, while he's not here and
you're normal again.
Yeah, we're normal again. I was bringing up Regan Benson in Colorado, and it's not just about Regan; it's about all the homeless people that are being swept. Their valuables are being taken. You know, it goes further than just the comp watchers, the First Amendment auditors. It goes further than that. It does. It goes to the homeless people that are being abused, and their stuff is being taken away from them, and their livelihoods. I mean, their valuables, their things that mean something to them, their Bibles, their pictures, their whatever, are just in Colorado and other places. And Regan's the only one that I know that streams live about it. But those things need to be going up further to the, whoever the powers may be, the attorney general. People need to start making more complaints. They need to start making complaints against them to the higher ups, not the mayor, not the chief. I want to just bring it in stronger. We've got to go up higher. The legislators, we've got to go up higher. We have to. We have to.
And that's going to show where we really band together, you know what I mean, as the people, because we're tired of what's been going on. And if we don't do something, we're just going to keep whining about it and not really change anything. And I don't, like you said, I haven't been doing this that long, and I'm tired of the way I'm getting treated and watching everybody else get treated. Like, it's not just us they're treating like that. They treat regular citizens on a daily basis like this every day that we don't see, all the time, everywhere. So we get a very small glimpse of what actually happens. And even though it's half the people are licking boots saying it's our fault that we got our rights violated and this and that, it's not really. At the end of the day, it's not just happening to us, it's happening to everybody. What do we got?
Do I still sound like a robot?
No, you sound normal.
Okay. Nah, man, it's all, it's like you get to a point where it feels hopeless. It does. It feels like you want to just the hell with this. Just like you were saying earlier, you just wanted to plead guilty and deal with it. But then what you just said, we're just getting arrested for filming. They're tossing us around. They're lying. They're beating us up, turning off cameras, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think about the people in my neighborhood who they're shooting and killing, paralyzing, running over, giving life sentences, 20, 30, 40, 50 years for lies, right?
Yeah.
So if I can take some of it, I'm not saying that I'm going to get arrested from now on, that's not I'm not delusional, man, because I understand that I can only get arrested so many times before they actually figure out a way to keep me in there, because it's just what I've experienced. I can pretty much tell you how they're going to come at you, how they're going to attack you, what they're going to try to do, 3 different ways they're going to try to come at. I understand all that, right? And I think I learned all that to help my community, right?
Absolutely.
Because like you said, man, this is taxing. It is frustrating. It does take a lot out of you. But then, like, I keep reminding myself, what about the person who didn't have a cell phone, who doesn't have a YouTube channel to speak up for them? Because believe it or not, man, there's people that tell me stuff and they won't let me share their videos because they're afraid of the cops. So I don't. This isn't about the Manual Show. This isn't about me. That's why I have made that thing called Manual's Village, and I stand by it. Because it's bigger than me, it's bigger than you, it's bigger than Melissa, it's bigger than Harvey, it's bigger than Carolina, it's bigger than James, it's bigger than all of us, right? And the fact that we're at the forefront right now, all we have to do is look back to remind ourselves of why the fuck we're doing this, man. For the people that they already silent, scared, intimidated. Look, they can't scare me with jail, fool, or prison. I grew up there. Come on, man. You're not sending me somewhere where I can't adapt and survive. But look what you're forcing us to do in our own neighborhoods. Adapt and survive, not live in our neighborhoods. And that's not our fault. We didn't choose to come to a neighborhood and be terrorized because you got people that want to drop off bait cars. They want to get officers that learn how to be good liars, habitual liars, just like that, right? And then you got cops that don't really understand what the hell they're talking about sometimes. Because I've admitted to some of them when I said something wrong. Like it would, matter of fact, there was a dude, Green, man, and I promise you, you can go look on my channel. I had an hour argument with this man about how they just did me at QT and trespassed me. And I even told him, had you been here, Green, I honestly believe you wouldn't have let these motherfuckers trespass me. You would have stopped them, said, hey, we don't want that shit right now, right? Because for him to sit there for an hour and try to convince me that not all his officers are bad, that's saying something, man. That's saying something. And that's what I mean. We should be the ones that they reach out to. Say, hey, man, we need y'all to come over here. Bring your cameras. Bring whatever you need. We'll do you need a camera? You know what I'm saying? You can plug up your channel to it or whatever. These are the conversations they need to be having with the community, right? Because like I've said before, I'm not an auditor, right? I would never take away from that movement. I'll only add to it. So when I say people ask me what I am, I'm a pissed off citizen that got tired of being treated wrong. And all I asked was for 4 to 5 cops to be held accountable for what they did to me one night.
I'm going to slip out of here for a second. I'll slip back in a minute.
Yeah. So that's all I was saying, man. And I don't agree that in order for we the people to be strong, we have to become smarter at policies, procedures, general orders. We got to be smarter about the laws. We got to be smarter about traffic laws. So all of us have to become lawyers. And then we have to learn how to speak. If we want to go to city council meetings, we have to learn how not to cuss. We have to learn the legislatures, what's trying to pass, what isn't. You have to take yourself to a whole nother level because now you're understanding the whole different game that you never understood, because now you understand why the cops are the way they are, because no one at the top is stopping them or correcting them, because they already said police is number one. The citizens that aren't paid, that don't got bread, that, you know, they'll be all right, man. They'll get over it. They're used to stuff like this. They're used to being oppressed. They're used to being treated a certain way, right? And that's why I said the world needs people like us, because if we don't talk, then who will? You know, because like I said, ask Harvey if he'll come audit over here where I'm at in my area and go to the Central Division A, B, go to the South, go to the North Division. Ask him if he will. He won't. He won't. Why? Because of the way they are. You know what I'm saying? And I'll keep saying it. If you have to lie to do your job, you're not doing your fucking job, bro. You're nowhere close. Nowhere close. So that's what I'm saying. This shouldn't be about how far do we need to go to protect an officer when he makes a mistake. And see, their mistakes is like official oppression, untruthfulness, some federal type shit. You know, mistake would be like, oh, my bad. I thought you were someone else. Have a good day. A mistake would be like, oh, shit, I accidentally backed up into you too much. I'm sorry, man. There's no damage. These are mistakes, bro. Not getting the right address to someone's information, or you know, saying the wrong name but writing the right one. Those are mistakes. We understand those because, like they keep on saying, cops are human, right? Human error. We understand that. But what y'all are doing is going past that, because now y'all are teaming up to conspire how to control a part and the way they disseminate information about y'all. And that's where a lot of us have to speak up more, because if we don't, look what the people that are watching are seeing. Oh, they shut him up already. He's done.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about getting arrested. What I am worried about is not making it out. That's what I'm worried about. You know, not worried about nothing. They can't scare me with any of that, bro. The only thing I worry about is not finishing this and not making it to see the end of this. You know,
it's a real threat, a real worry, a valid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I mean, there's more stuff, but I can't say it because I'll get certain people in trouble, and I don't want to do that. You know, I rather understand that there's more, but it's like they flex their little things on you, man, to keep you.
Oh yeah.
You know, so That's what I'm saying. I'm not worried about any of this, man. Like this would worry me. Look, see, because this is what I've said before. I used to be a criminal. They're pretending to be. It's not the same. It never will be, right? So in order for me to understand that I used to commit crimes to what I'm doing now is nowhere near the same, right? So it's like we're to understand, right? And most of us can understand criminality because we've either been affected by it or we've experienced it, or we have family members that are in it, you know? So it's easier for us to identify it, even if they're in a police uniform, even if they're sitting up there with a gavel, even if they're saying order, 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 you know, whatever arena you're in, dude, you're still criminal minded, because when you screw over a group of people, then you are that way. You are shitty. Because look at drug dealers, look at gang members, look at any type of gang organization you want to talk about. They oppress the weaker people. They make rules that are for them, and they have to the weaker people have to follow them. It's the same thing here. That's what I tell people. To look at it like this is a Fort Worth is a prison, right? And every district is a different unit in the prison system that we're gonna call fucking Tyrant County, right? So every little different district is a different prison, and they're privately owned. So you best believe if they don't come up with the people that bring the money, they're in violation of the contract with the city. So it doesn't matter if they're right or wrong, just as long as they keep bringing money, because now the city is on the hook for either giving more people or pay for being in violation of the contract. And when you start looking at it at those terms, everything starts making sense. Everything starts clicking into place, and they hate you for it. You're the problem now. You're the bad guy. We're the ones. You need to shh. You need to be quiet. You need to go away, right? But that's what I keep telling them, dude. Like if I was doing wrong, then I would agree. Yeah, okay, because my mentality will take me back, because it's always in the back of our minds. Because once you've been in a certain area for so long, right, it's still back there, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say I'm guilty. Yeah, okay. Give me the least amount of time possible. Make a deal with y'all. But I am understanding that I'm doing something wrong, right? Now there's a person that a lot of people dislike, and that's what I'm saying, man. People always want to kill the message because of the person bringing it, and that's cool. But I listen to everything, right? Because the person not a lot of people like said something that really stuck in my head, right? How do you tell the difference? How do you tell if it's a good or a bad cop? Do they feel wrong when they did something bad? Do they feel wrong when they do something bad? And we're seeing, no, they don't. No, they don't. Because if they did, they would do what we did, right? I did it. I'm guilty. Now here's what I'm willing to work with y'all. You know, whatever time y'all chunk at me, 2 years. All right, I'll work with y'all, but give me time credit for the 9 months I've been in jail, or woo woo woo.
Yep.
Right? And it's just weird, man. It's just weird.
It's true. And I've just seen it up here. A cop shot a kid a couple years ago, and it took him a couple years to bring charges up. And when they did, they offered him 5 years, and he took it to trial.
Dude, don't even get me started on the juvenile system. I grew up in that one, and that's the worst one, because look, they barely started getting it regulated to where they're being watched, because there's 2 names now in Texas, right? I think it's called Tarrant something Justice, whatever, something different, because it used to be called the Texas Youth Commission, but that failed. So they had to fucking scrap it and come up with something new. So N is what it's called now. It's called Tarrant something Justice Center or some shit like that, right? Because it failed. There was no accountability. There was no transparency. We had to literally get someone from the outside to help us on the inside. And what I'm talking about is there was a whole bunch of SA going on, a whole bunch of grapes going on, a whole
Can
bunch of
I say
beatings
something really
going
quickly?
on. Go ahead.
Well, so first of all these people who think that Manuel is just a thug that's out there getting arrested and, you know, harassing the police. What you're listening to now is a very brilliant man, but he might have, he has some background in his past, but he changed his ways, just like everybody can change their way. And he's gone from that way to this way, and now he's trying to make a change. I just want to say, like, he's making a change. He's going to county meeting or county city meetings. Sorry, he's going to the TAD meetings. He's getting in touch with the people that are going to make changes as far as people that you might need to vote for, or you should vote for. He's making a difference. It's not about his past, it's about now. And I believe this guy.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that either. Right? What I'm worried about.
I know you're not worried about it.
Yeah, what I'm worried. I don't. Dude, look, there's people that will defend their criminal history, and there's people that'll deal with it. I'm one of the people that said, okay, I did it. And now I'm not that person. No matter how bad you try to point at me, call me a loser, tell me to get a job, get a real life. I've been disrespected by better. That's all I keep telling them. These dudes on here, on these channels or whatever, whatnot, they're not going to stop me from continuing what I'm doing. They're not going to derail it. Like I said, man, they had 3 years to try to do all that to me. It's a little too late, man. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like if I'm a bad person, then why am I caring about other people so much? If I'm just this terrible, just this terrible person, why is it that sometimes, because for a while I'm like I said, I was a person that had no emotions. I couldn't cry. I couldn't do a lot of things. People passed away that meant a lot to me, but I could not cry. Right. And now sometimes when I watch stories where some kids are being done wrong or dude, I watched the trial of Gabriel Fernandez, man, that made me cry, bro. And I'm 40 some years old. I've never seen something like that before. Like to be, that's what I'm saying. Like I can't be a cold-hearted person no more. I can't be this person. Look, because being locked up will force you to do two things: change or be someone you're not. And depending where you go, you have to be someone you're not. Because for a person to grab something and hurt someone else inside of jail, that's not normal. That's not something that people are okay with doing. So then you become something that you're not, right? And that's what I got caught up in, right? So as far as like the whole juvenile thing, man, it's like I experienced that at an ugly time because, like I said, it used to be the Texas Youth Commission. After they did so much damage to youth that they were supposed to send there to help them, they didn't. Like it was just a free for all. There wasn't nothing there that can protect you. Gangs, they didn't control them. Beatings, like I said, other stuff, it didn't happen, man. Like literally, you had to have family to come out. You had to have family come out to your visit and talk to somebody that's in charge while they're at your visit. So you don't even get to see your family for like 30 minutes. They're over there trying to tell them what's happening here to you or someone you know. And it's just so wrong. Like, this whole thing is out of control. And the only thing we're asking for is two simple things: accountability and transparency. And that's all I hear from YouTubers, from 2A auditors, First Amendment auditors, cop watchers, pissed off citizens, pissed off parents. That's all I ever heard. They want accountability and transparency. They
Exactly.
want everything that's afforded equally, not because this dude knows this dude or that dude, this, that. Man, come on, man, get over it. That needs to stop, because it's not only a Fort Worth thing. It's not only a Texas thing. It's a Connecticut thing. It's a California thing. It's an Arizona thing. It's a New Mexico thing. It's an Oklahoma thing. It's a Seattle, Washington thing.
It's a Tennessee thing.
Yep.
It's an every state thing.
It literally is.
Well, and it's just, this is what we deal with, man. And it's like, how is it that you know, and this is what I tell myself to remember, to keep my head focused, right? If what I was doing was easy and it was so bad, right? Why would there be so many videos that they don't want to come out? Why would they send your simple request to an attorney general for an opinion? Why would they sit there and trump up charges, right? It's just weird. Like I understand everybody's. I'm not saying that we need to defund the police or get rid of all of them. That's not. I'm not delusional. Like I keep saying, we do need some type of order, but the order we need shouldn't be at the hands of tyrannical people, a tyrannical person. And it's just weird, man. Like I don't like how I've been treated, right? I know I'm not special. I know I'm not someone that should be looked at as a higher regard, right? Because personally, me, I would help someone other than me, right? Like I would push you into the spotlight rather than me do it, because I know what that spotlight does to you, right? Because I had it in a different light and it wasn't good, because I lost all of it like this, right? Over choices, you know? And it's just like certain things you can't talk about. Like, you know how many people told me, don't say that, don't do that. You know, all you're going to do is make yourself a bigger target. But I mean, like, I've been targeted by the police for being a criminal when I was one. I'm being targeted now for them being criminals, and all I'm doing is filming. And I think every one of us can speak and relate the same way, because there comes a point where we just get tired. Like who the hell is going to help us? And I think all of us have gotten to that point where now what we're doing, people are saying, I did it too. They don't help me either. So now guess what? My story is the same as 30 people here and 50 people in another state and 5 people in another country. Because we can't forget about the UK people, the people in Australia, the people in Germany, the people everywhere that tune into our channels, and they say Australia watching, or say, you know how they do their little vote-ups, you know what I'm saying? Like it's all around. It's an all around thing, you know?
You know, my husband told me a story before I met him. You know, the story was before him, where he was pulled over and his kids were in the back and they were headed home from the lake. And he had his wife, ex-wife now, but his wife at the time. And they pulled him out of the truck, slammed him on the ground, and broke his arm. And he tried to sue them for that. They didn't give him medication at all. So County, Texas has been the same forever. But they slammed him on the ground, they broke his arm, and they left him without medication for days for no reason.
That's BS.
And he tried to sue them, and back in the day, they said, "Oh, no attorney would take it. We're not going to take that case because it's work." they didn't say this, but they're all in pockets, like we all know. So they're not going to make a case against anybody. So he just had to have a broken arm and live with it.
That's crazy.
This all is crazy, man.
It really is. And like you were saying, sometimes it feels like a hopeless battle. But I think at the end of the day, a lot of us figure out, well, like you said, learn how to do this on our own because we can't find anybody else to help us. Lawyers, you know what I mean? None of these people want to help us.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta really, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just weird.
It really is.
Yeah.
We have to go, and I know I'm nobody over here, but we have to start complaining to the upper, the FBI, the DOJ, the attorney generals, and the legislators. Everybody has to start putting complaints there. It doesn't help to complain to the chief of police or the mayor of whatever county we're in. It doesn't help. They're not going to help. Only just pockets. We have to go further together. That's where it needs to be. You guys need to stop taking the ride and let's start making a complaint.
You're like going in and out.
I'm
Is
sorry.
it? I don't know if it was just me.
No, I know. Well, Brooklyn, you're robot engineer.
Am I breaking up?
I don't know.
No,
not really.
Just her?
Nah, because look, just her. Yeah, like we all have our little things and stuff, whatnot, right? But I mean, if you weren't doing the right, or you wouldn't be how do you say it, making an impact, you wouldn't have people telling you shit about what you're doing, that you're dumb or whatever. You wouldn't have that type of thing, right? So I understand how that go. I learned that a long time ago. I learned to stop listening to people on here that are just hating, don't really talk about nothing, just that deep throat, the blue line shit. That's all you hear, dude. Like, because they don't have a good argument. All they can talk about is like some stupid shit. So I don't.
Well, and they all say the same. They all have the same 3 insults that have nothing to do with most of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because it's either you don't know how to spell. What's the other one? Get a job.
Yeah,
or,
get a real job.
Or you're not a good criminal. Like, filming is not a crime. I wish people would understand that. Doing this to the cops or cussing at them is not a crime. Like, I understand. Like, people, they don't understand. Okay, we get it. We get it. We get it. Keep on with your little hater comments. We get it. Woo. But y'all do have to start getting more creative, because there's stiff competition out there for y'all. There's people getting creative with their insults. So you can't be coming with this little weak shit no more, man. You have to step up your game, bro. Like,
I just started thanking them for helping the algorithm.
Yeah. I mean, they're good for that too. But I mean, like I don't really care about that shit. Like, it's just weird. Like, people tell me I need to care about stuff like that, but like, I don't. My whole point is to get it out there, right? Yeah. Because if I wouldn't have got what they're doing to me out of Fort Worth, probably I wouldn't even be here right now. Type of shit there. But it's like, all I'm doing is learning everything so I can just teach it to the people in my neighborhood. Important. That's all I can do. Is teach it to the next person, right? And then I always tell them, if you don't believe me, look it up. Do your own research. So you can tell me, hey, you were right or you're full of shit.
Yeah.
So I don't understand that, man. It's just like people try to knock you off your little focus, right? Because what you're saying is hitting so many strong points that they'll come and be like, oh, yeah, you're all losers. You get a job. And we have to sit here, hold up, man, and type away, like, get off the damn thing, you right? And then they knock you on because of your momentum, right? It's a whole game, right? Knock you off your momentum, make you look bad in public opinion, all that. We know your tactics. We know your playbook. I'm showing everyone your playbook, all the police departments. I'm showing them your playbooks, which are about how y'all look for candidates, the ones y'all support. POA, Police Officers Association. That's what we have here in Tyrant County, Fort Worth, right? So if you're, again, and I'll keep saying it, if you take money from the Police Officers Association, your vote is bought for. So whenever we get important stuff to vote on, like a community oversight board, you're going to vote with the police against us. We know. It's been proven. You know, it goes back to all our that's what I'm saying. I started going to these city council meeting, commissioners court meetings, and I started noticing their whole little, I'm like, dude, y'all are dirty as fuck, bro. Like, y'all don't even have no shame no more.
No.
Y'all just put them people in there and expect to know, no one knows who they are. And when you start saying, oh, that's you, dude. Oh, now we got to kick them out of the building. Oh, we trespass them. Figure out how we can get him out of here, right? Because he knows who I am. He knows where I came from, right?
That's pathetic.
But what about their dirty shit? What about their millions of dollars wasted? What about their interfering with investigations? Now, we can't talk about that, right? So me personally, I don't care. I don't care who you are, what uniform you're wearing. If you're doing your job, that's what you're going to show the people in my video. And if you're not, why would you need me 100 yards away if you're doing your job? You know, it doesn't make any sense.
No.
Like, and the only time they can act like that, right, is when I'm acting disorderly, right? And there has to be a crowd that I'm acting disorderly in front of so they can be influenced by my aggressive and violent language, right? They have to be influenced that causes them to be like, hey, yeah, fuck you, true.
Enticed.
Dude, in most of my videos, I'm probably the only motherfucker standing there.
Yep.
And it's like, y'all dudes are doing too much, man. You know?
And they don't care. Like you said, there's no shame. They do not care.
No. Because you know what I do? Whenever that shit gets in my head and I need for it to breathe, this. I do this, bro. I draw, dude. See?
That's dope.
This is what I kill time with. You know, stress.
That's awesome.
I do shit like this, bro.
Let me
This
guess.
is what I kill.
Did you draw a lot in jail?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. But really, I drew before I started getting in trouble. I was pretty good at it for a pretty young age. Started early.
That's dope.
You know, because I was always into creating stuff. Like if I couldn't create it out of mud and dirt, like I would like make little characters with dirt and water, you know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Out of mud. That's how I started. That's how I got into clay. And then I started, you know, doing little bullshit on the windows and stuff at the house. Then I got into watercolors. Then I started messing with like the stuff from the when you burn paper and then you mix
like ash.
Yeah, the black stuff from the paper,
Yeah,
and then you mix it with Vaseline. It makes like the oils.
Yep.
You know, that's how I learned. I learned different ways, and then I learned how to mix them.
That's cool.
Like mixed media type shit. You know, like I can use anything. I can do pastels, watercolors, markers, pencils, pens, pencils, all of it. You know, because that's how I chose to express myself at one point in my life. Because I didn't want to talk to people.
Yeah.
I didn't want to tell people what I was going through. So I just, you know, And we all need something like that sometimes, because this does get, like, honestly, look, to me, whenever I cuss at them, it's my way of, you know, like, I don't know. You can't physically punch them or grab them or throw them.
Yep.
To me, if I'm telling them fuck you, it's my way of, bitch, get off me, ho. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the only thing afforded. That's the only way we can, like, they're gonna do whatever they fucking want, and they're gonna fucking hurt you. They're gonna try to hurt you doing it, man. And it's like, the only thing that we're afforded to defend ourselves with is our words. And sometimes they're gonna come out vulgar.
Yep.
Fuck you. The fuck is wrong with you? Why you hurting me, bitch?
Yeah, but there's
like
a
that,
reason
man.
it's protected.
Yeah, because of the shit they're doing, man. And it's weird that they get to get a whole bunch of people to say I'm a bad guy because I cuss at them. But none of the cops are bad for the shit they do.
Yeah, they're not bad for actually breaking the law.
It's weird. It's weird.
It
It's
is
weird as fuck. But everybody wants equal. They said, don't cops deserve a fair trial? Blah, blah, blah. Man, they get more than a fair trial.
Absolutely.
They get help with cheating on their search warrants. They get help cheating on their paperwork. Man, they get help all the way through, man. The POA gonna make sure them dudes are always straight.
A cop just got arrested here in Connecticut for letting his girl go in his cruiser and used the computer to look up her kid's father and take information about him for
So that's where it was
support.
at. Yeah, I didn't know what little town, the little city they gave. I didn't know it was in Connecticut, though.
Oh yeah, that just happened.
Yeah, no, I seen that.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
They don't care. It seems like up here they use their computers a lot for stuff they're not supposed to. It was just like 2 months ago. A cop used a computer to search a lady's car to get her name to add her on Facebook.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do what they want.
Yeah, they practically much. That's what I'm saying. Like, there needs to be like some type. Like, I like what the there's a guy here who's trying to pass a bill where he's gonna hold the DAs accountable if they lie or help people get away with stuff, like the police and shit. Like, they're not gonna help the government officials no more. They're gonna start prosecuting them.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, and I'm hoping he does make it, and I'm hoping they don't get him up. He don't get up there and say, okay, I'll take that, and we'll give up this. You know, they always want to do a trade-off.
Yep.
They don't ever want to do the right thing. They always want to bargain with you.
No, they want to talk about the right thing until they get in there. Then it's a bargain.
Yeah, and I'm not saying this is how this guy is.
No,
but that's what I'm saying. That's what needs to start happening, where they stand up for us, but all the way. You know, like, I don't know what happens up there. You know, I don't know the little on the sidebars and little side notes that they talk about, like woo 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 woo.
Yeah.
But I do know what happened with when they overturned Roe versus Wade. I do know what happened there. And them dudes that got Wade that overturned owe them people for the rest of their lives. So, I mean, just like any one of us could go get a law changed. Any one of us. We just have to be willing to do what they're willing to want us to do. And some of us aren't.
Yep.
You know, here we are fighting for our rights, and for us to go give them away just to do what they want. No, I'm not with all that. What's right is right, is what's wrong is wrong. You know?
Yeah.
And I know one thing. When I look at my mom now and she tells me she loves me, you know, it isn't done out of shame of where I'm at. You know, it isn't done because she doesn't know if she's gonna see me next month or next year.
Yeah.
You know, it isn't like that no more. I have conversations with my mother that I never thought I'd have with her before.
Yep.
You know, that's why I understand certain things better now. Right?
Absolutely.
You know, and she tells me she's proud of me, and she would rather me be doing this than what I used to be doing. And to me, that's all I need to hear, bro.
It's funny that you said that, because I hear from Liz Solomon that says, Manuel, I'm so proud of the man you've become.
Yeah, She's one of the people and that's what I'm saying, man. It's like all these people adopted me as either their foster kid or their big brother or their little brother or their whatever, because like I said, man, if we don't stand for each other, then what are we standing up for? For real.
It's true.
If we don't stand up for each other, what are we fighting for? For real, for real. Like, what is it for? Clout, for people to praise you? To me, it's not about that, right? Because I don't believe that the people that are going to make a difference in the world or at an IQ at 1,000 or whatever the fuck the limit is, like those aren't the people that are going to make the world. It's going to be somebody that can understand personally what the fuck people are talking about, and until we get those people together, it's always going to be this group and this group.
And that's a big problem too, though, is we got these people up there making laws and decisions for us that are so out of touch with everyday reality.
Yeah.
It don't make sense.
No.
What up, Heather?
Heather.
She just came in.
No, I see her.
She said LDOF and wife being arrested live in their hotel room now.
No way.
Yeah, she just put the link up. We've been doing this for almost 2 hours. I might kill this and go check that out.
Yeah, me too.
You want to do that? It was good seeing you, bud. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. You got my number. Just hit me up. And now, look, I got my little laptop. We can do this more.
Oh, yeah, good shit.
Yeah, so just email it to me. You have my email, so just send me the little stream thing through my email, and I'll plug it up on my laptop, and I'm good.
I got you. We'll set something up.
All right.
I appreciate you. We appreciate everybody in the chat, too.
Yeah, everybody, thank you for being here.
Yep.
And everything. We're finna go peep out what Heather was talking about.
Yep. Thank you, Heather. We'll see you over there. Thank you, guys. I'll see you in a bit.